I welcome you to another exciting episode of Your Voice coming from Pivot Media Center, where we discuss politics, economy, sports, entertainment, and a whole lot more. Today's episode promises to be informative and engaging. I am your favorite host, Mbai Emmanuel, aka Pacman. With me today is no other than one of Abuja's finest youths in the person of Comrade Abdullahi Suleiman Ango, the Mandate Secretary, Youth Development FCT. Join me. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
It's good to meet you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's kick off with today's interview.
All right.
How do you feel about the creation of Mandate Secretary, Youth Development Office by this administration?
Well, we need to be grateful to God for sparing our lives, to witness today. Indeed, historically, FCT had never had anything called Youth Development Secretariat.
Sure.
We have been privileged to be participating in politics precisely from 1999 till date. And unapologetically, I have been a member of our opposition party not until 2015, when APC became, the ruling party in Nigeria. I must confess that we as indigenous and residents, specifically the youth constituency, we have never been happy, been blessed like the creations of our Youth Development Secretariat. And I must tell you that we as indigenous and residents of FCT, we are lucky to have somebody like President Ahmed Bola Tinubu as our president, because not only that, we must, in all circumstances and occasions, appreciate Mr. President for appointing Barrister Wike as FCT Minister. Indeed, as an APC member, when the announcement was made, when Barrister Wike was given FCT Minister, it generated a lot of concerns.
Sure.
Aspirations, agitations here and there.
Also coming from
simple because it's not from APC.
Yeah.
And but after like a period of, let's say, 2-3 months, carefully watching his administrative skills, I began to understand the reason, the rationale why President Tinubu appointed him. I began to understand that the president have a vision. The president have a mission as far as FCT is concerned. And looking at his past antecedent as a local government chairman, the minister, local government chairman, minister of education, back to governors, and his performance in the River State, I think that seems to be in tandem or agreement with the president vision of what FCT is all about. So the creations of FCT Youth Development Secretariat came as a result of engagement. I think he's a minister that we've never had it can't, as far as FCT is concerned.
Sure.
When there was agitation for national protest, he said, no, come, let's discuss. Come, let's reason together and discuss. So he came down, despite his tight schedules. He went around the 6 area council, had engagement with the youth. So part of the engagement process, there were demands. Of course, politics is all about demand and supply.
Sure.
Meaning you make demand and there must be a reciprocation from the people.
Right.
So we collectively, as FCT Youth, demanded that there should be a new creation for Youth Secretariat, where the youth can be given ample opportunity to be part of decision-making process, where the youth can have sense of belonging, where the youth can adequately be empowered, and where the youth can, be mentored politically and otherwise. And to God be the glory, within a twinkle of an eye, to be precise, within 24 hours, he talked to Mr. President, and because of the confidence Mr. President had in him, he graciously granted our request. And I want to tell you, on that fateful day, it was not only one request. If I'm not mistaken, we made like 8 requests, and all of it was graciously granted.
Oh, that's a good
and
one.
There comes to the issue of a good news that we've never had in the history of FCT. The creations of Youth Development Secretariat, and coincidentally, by providence, by a divine arrangement, the minister, the stakeholders of FCT deem it necessary that I should be the pioneer mandate secretary. I never dreamt of having it, and I can tell you it's one of the greatest news that was ever revealed to me and the people of FCT.
Oh, that's a good one. I think congratulations is in order here.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm actually happy for you being in that position, and I'm just saying you never dreamed about being on this particular position.
But I was privileged.
Yes, and I must tell you that if you're not performed very well in your engagement as a politician, you wouldn't have been in this position. Okay, let's go forward. Now, can you say that the creation of this mandate secretary office for youth development is one of the greatest achievements of this administration?
Let me tell you, to be candid with you, FCT people, not only the youth constituency, have no single reason to complain about this administration.
Okay.
We don't have single reason to complain.
Okay.
With specific reference to the people of FCT, I mean indigenous. Number one, before today, we have been on the streets. I am the chairman of National Youth Council of Nigeria FCT chapter for good 6 years.
Sure.
I was the president of Abuja South Indigenous Youth Forum. I was the president of APC Concerns Youth Forum FCT chapter. I was the president of Conference for Patriotic Citizens FCT chapter, and a whole lot of things. To be candid with you, we were on the street some years back demanding for a lot of things from the federal government. And I granted interview in 2016. And I said, I can remember vividly that I said that we as APC and FCT, we were not happy with APC. Simply because in 2015, we don't have government at the state level, we don't have government at the federal government, we don't have any representative at the government level. But because we were anticipating that APC then in 2015 is coming to, give us a concerns and listening ear, we graciously, happily, unapologetically voted for APC. Then the statistic in 2015, Buhari got 47.3% in Abuja, and PDP then, the ruling government, had 51.3% or thereabout. Other parties share the other percentages. So by this, as far as politics is concerned, we were thinking we were legitimately qualified to be given some of our demand. Yeah. But lo and behold, as usual, nothing was given to us. And that was why in 2019, when we were coming for re-elections, APC had performed abysmally in FCT. I don't know if you understand, because our people were pained, our people were aggrieved, our people were so disappointed with the then government because we performed. And the performance, just like I said, politics is all about demand and supply.
And you felt neglected.
We demanded and we give the supply. The supply is to give the support, to vote for the government. We did. Yeah. We gave them 47.3%. So in negotiating table, I think we are qualified to be given some of these things. We were not listened. We were not given to. Not until in 2023, when President Ahmed Tinubu became, the president of the Federal Republic. And you can bear me witness that I think it was even a debatable issue that FCT were not able to get a 25% requirement. I think that led to, a constitutional interpretation. It was a litigation on its own that nearly, caused a lot of issues. Guess what? This government that we refused, or our people thought, is that the same thing of 2015, I refused to support them. It gave us ministerial support. As I speak to you now, we indigenes are adequately and appropriately represented at Federal Executive Council meeting. That's a very good achievement. Number two, the greatest achievement again that came to the people of FCT, to be candid, without fear, favor, or sentiment, is the appointment of Barrister Wike as FCT minister. Do you know why? Okay. When he came on board. Today, as I speak to you, FCT, we have head of civil service. Yep. Before him, the permanent secretaries are usually, sent from the head of Federal Civil Service Commission. But today, as I speak to you, and we used to have only one permanent secretary for the entire agencies and what have you of the FCT. But today, we have so many permanent secretaries.
That's a good one.
That has decongested, a whole lot of things. We have so many directors. And now I can tell you there are efficacies and efficiency in administration in FCT. That's number two. Number three, mandate secretariats that was, traditionally practiced here. We don't have women affairs. When Barrister Wike came on board, he requested and they were given. Today I can tell you that we have mandate secretary, women affairs. Apart from that, again, we requested that we want Youth Development Secretariat, and it was also given to us again. We as an indigene, the interesting part of it now is 2 young people are indigenous mandate secretaries. So our people are having full sense of belonging. Our people are having full sense of recognition by the government. Apart from that, immediately Wike became the minister. I granted interview, I think 6 months ago. Somebody was asking me as an APC member, how do you feel? How can you assess Barrister Wike? I never dreamt I'm going to be the mandate secretary. Wow. I told them categorically clear that Wike is the blessings of FCT. Do you know why? Within a period of 6, 7 or thereabout, he granted 5 kilometers route across the 6 area council. This has never happened.
Wow.
Number 2, he has been touring the 6 area council, touching, singing, having first-hand information concerning the level and the status economically, politically, and infrastructural-wise of the area councils. So the satellite, the indigenes are more in the satellite, areas. So we're feeling sense of belonging. We're feeling sense of, what have you. Again, something happened. The then Federal Public Complaint Commission was an indigene. In fact, he's a friend. He did incredibly well, to be candid. Okay. So when he was to be, appointed, we saw a name different from FCT. We cried to minister. And minister said he never heard of this, but he, assured us that certainly Mr. President will do something. Lo and behold, the other person was rejected. And as I speak to you today, is an indigene that was appointed recently. I think he's to be inaugurated next week or thereabout, as the Public Complaint Commission representing the people of FCT. That's a kudos for him. If you allow me, I'll keep mentioning a whole lot of
actually, you have a bucket list of what you have to say
so
about
kudos to Mr. President, and we'll keep appreciating him for appointing Barrister Wike as FCT minister, honestly speaking.
That's a good one. I'm taking something out of this, okay? Yes. The thing, what I'm taking out is this. The child cried, and the father helped him.
Seriously.
And then the request of the child was granted.
Yes.
Coming back to you,
yes.
How do you, as the Mandate Secretary of Development, how do you intend to empower the youths of FCT?
In a succinct terms, we want to improve the well-being of the youth of FCT. And when I say youth of FCT, the indigenes and residents inclusive.
Oh, that's good.
Are you there?
Sure.
Let me tell you, we have Nyanya Youth Center. Okay. It was commissioned in 2013, to be precise, the 5th of February 2013, by the then President Jonathan. I think it was commissioned by his wife, Patience Jonathan. It's well equipped, but it has been abandoned. What I keep telling people is, one, we must start looking at how we can be self-reliant and self-independent. And how can we get that? We must have to improve in our skill acquisitions program. We must have to improve in our vocational skills training. We must have to engage, encourage, and support our youth to go into, technological, advancement programs. Something like content creations, programmers, artificial intelligence, robotics, and whatever. We must have to encourage them so that they can be self-reliant. Number 2, we must have to boost the small and medium, enterprises, their businesses. We must have to give them grants. We must have to give them loans so that they can boost their economic activities. Right? So, and in fact, we have to improve the sporting activities so that it can, take their mind away from committing crimes.
Yes.
There. And apart from that, let me tell you one thing. This government, by mere creations of this department, secretariat, it means that they have concerns for the youth. And I can assure you that from next week, goodies will start flowing to the youth of FCT. And that I can assure you, because our principal, the minister, is somebody that doesn't joke, honestly speaking.
Oh, that's actually a big promise.
Oh, thank you.
And an indigenous of us, Abuja here and FCT, we are looking forward to that. And having looked at your antecedents and have you been so profound in your engagement in politics and here in Abuja, there's no doubt, definitely, that you are going to perform. Now, are there core mandates for you as the mandate secretary, Youth Development?
Yes, there are. And like I told you, this is a newly created secretariat. So I'm saddled with the responsibility of even bringing up the secretariat itself, right from the word organogram of the office.
Okay, fine.
I don't know if you understand.
I do.
The administrative structures, of the office. So we have been well guided by the head of civil service of the FCTA. So we are working in tandem with him to come, with the organogram, the administrative structures of the office. But that's not the core mandate. The core mandate is how do you impact on the youth of FCT? And like I told you earlier, we're going to impact on them. You see, I want people to do away with, white collar jobs. What I told some people, I was in Kwali yesterday, we had youth engagement with them. We're going to have youth engagement across the 6 area council. Yeah. I told them, the richest people are not government officials. They are business people. So why can't we venture into business? The problem of Nigeria educational curriculum is systemic. But that is not our problem. We in FCT, we are conscientizing, educating, and giving orientations to our youth on the need to be self-independent. So we're going to focus, our mandate focuses more on creating jobs, creating young emerging entrepreneurs, boosting economic activities of the youth, and supporting them to uncover their hidden potentials.
Oh, thank you. For the promises and then enumerating the core mandates you have in this particular office. And I'm also aware that, just like you said earlier when we started this interview, that you are new to the office.
Yeah.
Yes, we know you are. But let me just ask you this. Have there been any partnership, either with the government, agencies, or private sectors in engaging or touching the life of the youths in FCT, probably towards health, education, sports, and employment?
Certainly there are.
Okay.
I am privileged to be the National Youth Council of Nigeria. So meaning before I came on board here as mandate secretary, I am in touch with the Youth Development Secretariat, Youth Development Department, which was under the Social Development Secretariat. They used to have partners, with NGOs, some government agencies in areas of education, in areas of technology, in areas of health, and so many areas. So however good you are, if a platform is not created for you, you can't do well. Yeah. So by mere creations and appointment of, mandate secretary, we were able to have visited, I can tell you categorically, more than 7 ministers. In fact, there are so many meetings the minister will say, mandate you go and represent us. I remember we just had a meeting with the Minister of Youth, Dr. Jamila. We talked about National Youth Investment Fund. We talked about a whole lot of economic activity. The State Minister of Youth, I can tell you, he has sent more than 3 people to see how we can, 3 agencies to see how we can partner and improve the lives of the youth of FCT. Above all, we are now part and parcel of the government. So wherever the youth of Nigeria are going to speak, FCT will also be represented there. We are no longer marginalized in the area of youth involvement and participations in policy making, decision making processes, and governance as far as Nigeria is concerned. So this platform is a great platform, and we hope and we do believe and we have the firm conviction that after Suleiman, continuously we're going to have youth representation as far as FCT is concerned. And that's our best to ensure that we are adequately representing the voice, aspirations, and dreams of FCT youth.
All right, good. Thank you, Comrade. But before I round up this interview with you, just in a sentence, please, what is your message to the youth of FCT?
Politics is all about demand and supply.
Okay.
Supply means support.
That's good.
Contribute.
Thank you so much.
Encourage. Be calm. Be law abiding. Be patriotic. Goodies are coming under this administration. Renew hope is certain. and is positive.
I love that.
Thank you so much.
I love that. Thank you, Comrade, for all the information you have given us today and for our message to the youth. And to my dear viewers, thank you for joining us on today's episode. We have been speaking with the Mandate Secretary, Youth Development FCT, and the person of Comrade Abdullahi Suleiman Ango. Join us next time when we bring you more engaging and entertaining interviews on your voice on the Youth Media Center. I'm still your favorite host, Mba Emmanuel, aka Pacman, signing out.